AJ Hinch of the Astros here. I'd love to bounce off you a theory that I've been throwing out here because I'm just not a fan of all these strikeouts. You know, obviously that line
Right.
from Bull Durham, they're boring, they're fascist, or et cetera, et cetera. There's just not enough baseballs being put into play for my liking, and part of the reason I think it is existing is because of the shift, that too many guys are trying to hit it over the shift best they can, and you employ the shift just as much as anybody else. What if there was a rule to get rid of the shift? Would you have a problem with that?
I would. I don't think I would. I wouldn't like it. I mean, our sport, to give a different analogy for you, is it's not supposed to be a layup drill. So you have to play to the defense that they're playing. If in football, if they're playing man coverage and it's bump and run, or they're up in your face, you can't say, "Hey, I'm allowed to have a 5-yard start." In basketball, you can double team people. In baseball, we can suppress offense because of the way we position our players. But what's different about that analysis? We still give up half the field whenever someone's hitting. So I would encourage the hitters to make an adjustment more than I would try to create an even more boring sport that you're just going to stand in these positions where the grass is going to die underneath your feet, and we're just going to play this vanilla style baseball. I don't think I would support that.
Well, I mean, just as a fan, as well, we're on the subject, if I may engage, I don't want to pay, just for an instance, to watch Bryce Harper bunt down the left field line or go the other way.
Sure. I
want to see him leave the yard best he can. And obviously, you're paid as a manager to make sure he does not, with however way you can. And baseball's also the only sport where the defense holds the ball already. It just seems to me, right. It's too much of a bizarre look and an advantage, AJ.
Sure. Well, I would say this. You said you want to see Bryce Harper hit the ball out of the ballpark. I'm defending against the error when he doesn't. And so I think that playing the shift is really the error. He's trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. The fact that he comes over the top of the ball and he hits the ball on the ground to the right side of the infield doesn't mean he should be allowed to hit because he made a mistake. That's two different ways he can beat me. One, if he does make contact to hit the ball at the ballpark to appease the fan, and the other is if he rolls over and makes a mistake, he's supposed to have these open, gaping holes where his mistakes are going to be. That's what you did. Why don't you tell him to hit the ball at the ballpark to left field? It's the same home run. You can watch him trot around, and the entire field's open to him. That's the cat and mouse game. That's the chess match. If they don't want a single, if they don't want a base hit, I'm not saying bunt, I'm saying manipulate the barrel enough to be a complete player, then they have to deal with the consequences.
So then I guess this might be an odd question to ask the manager whose team possesses the best team ERA and batting average against right now. If you could change a rule to make offense a little bit more prevalent in the game today, what do you think would be the most fair application of a new rule, AJ Hinch?
I might lower the mound. I think that might be something that to take a look at. I don't know if that would increase offense. I think we have to start training our players to be offensive players and not, sort of the all or nothing approach that's being compensated in our pack. I think we have to, if we're going to change offense, I think we have to train better. We have to play the game better. We have to. Maybe we have to deter strikeouts by the compensation package. Maybe contact is more important than simply, the beer league softball all or nothing approach.
So do you sometimes look at exit velocity for real, like you as a manager, from bat speed and things like that? Do you really parse it down?
I'm aware. I'm aware of it. I don't really pay a ton of attention. I mean, I still use my eyes. I know when a ball's hit hard. I don't really need reading. I know when Stan hits the ball out of the ballpark, or Judge, or George Springer rifles a ball in the right center. Like you can tell me it's 100, 110, 115. I just know it's hard.